Hello to the gamers and also to the gamer adjacent, the partners and spouses and friends and family that may happen to be in the room while this is playing, or in the car while this is maybe one, in which case, I mean, that's one of a kind right there. We respect you here. We also respect Moth, Hummingbird, and then, well, let me think about this. We freeze a strawberry. And I wish I had gone with the cone snail in hindsight, I think. But I will also accept a groundhog, also known as a gopher. Let me be a cliche trucker. And we'll just leave it at that. Am I crazy to think that, and you probably can't even hear this, but am I crazy to think that the ambient level of sound in my room is lower than it normally is? I know that sounds insane. I don't think it is insane. I feel like, you know what? Like, give me a second here. Kiwi plus strawberry is like it's a tale as old as time. It's a 2-cost, 1-2 buff if we got the space for it, and I think we got the space for it. Just give me a second here, okay? I think we're gonna play out with the draw anyway. I think it's I think I gotta go over here. Can you still see me? Hello. See, now that sounds right to me. And we won. Holy cow. I was wondering, just didn't, you know, like a certain amount of ambient noise is better than a completely atonal environment, you know? Just ask Brian Eno. May not get a level, but either way, I think like by spending here, our moth is gonna go sicko mode. You know I'm a fan of going sicko mode. I would say sell me. I'm not necessarily thinking that our groundhog has like a fantastic chance for success, but I'm not even going to bother leveling. I'm just keeping it around for now. And everything else seems a-okay right now. Except I think we are going to win because they didn't have a toy. Thank you. Okay. I think like our performance on this weekly has not been bad, but at the same time could be better, which you can always say, don't get me wrong, but okay, if you're gonna force my hand, if you're gonna twist my arm on this one, of course it could always be better unless you're getting like nonstop flawless 10 pieces, but then maybe last week set like an unrealistic precedent in my brain that I should be like, you know, my worst ever round should be like a 6 or something like that, when in reality that probably doesn't bear out. But either way, I'm trying to come at this with like a clear head. I'm trying to come at this with the considered gameplay without losing my trademark brand of idiotic charm. See, that's pretty good. I do like a trumpet build this week, but I don't think that we have the Vaquita enablers right now. So I think we're more looking at like, I think the play is this. I kind of want to get the salads, but I think we'll go skunk because we're like applying pressure right now because we're doing very well. Then a sail into garlic in position 1. And then I bet you go before you go, which is unfortunate. So maybe we'll actually give you the garlic. We can still buy 1 salad. I think it's a little late for a cassowary. The kiwi is probably, I mean, this is a 3-cost 2-2. This is a 2-cost 1-1 that is guaranteed to go to our best unit. So like the cost is that it takes up some extra space, but I think maybe that's something that could help us eke out an extra win or two on those ones where we're only getting the 9, is putting some respect where respect is due on the, you know, kiwi spam. And I think we already have a kiwi badge anyway. We should probably also not concern ourselves so much with like badge hunting. This is pretty secondary compared to what we should be rooting for, which is just like winning. Anyway, I'll take my 1-cost 2-2 buff here. And then my 2-cost 1-2 buff. And then a second one of these. We'll just take the garlic again. It's doing okay. kind of wanted something a little bit more than this, but you know what? It's okay. We'll roll. I would throw a Kiwi back into the mix again. It will fall off, but it might not fall off yet. Level 3 Hummingbird. I don't see it as being that relevant, but getting a level up on an odd numbered turn is always at least a little relevant. In the same way Michael Scott's not superstitious, but he is a little stitious. I'm looking at the squad right now, and I gotta say, as Ben Stiller said about Blythe Danner in Meet the Effers. I know that Fokker isn't a swear word, but Google DeepMind and ChatGPT-7 might not know that because they're out here telling me 2 + 2 = 5 still. So I gotta be careful, okay? Just start me up with this. We may not get the Kiwi at this point. But I actually think the Armadillo is horrible now. It gives all pets +8 health, but that includes the pets on the enemy's team. That doesn't mean that it's like impossible for it to be good, but it does mean that you have to plan your team appropriately, I think. Now you should go first. You can stay second because you're getting a nice 6-3 buff. I think we want to combine, take the Kiwi to sell it next turn, then we'll get a level 2 lemur next turn, and we might even think about going like... going radio or something like that. Although the garlic has been quite transformative. Maybe we shouldn't mix it up too much. See, this looks... it looks copacetic to me right now. I have no complaints. The thing that's probably most devastating about this team right now is that it is not that impressive. It's always nice when an impressive team does well. When a non-impressive team does well, you're just like, you know, what am I doing here? I would say, sell me. We do need some form of scaling. I think the Mosasaurus is too slow relative to other scaling opportunities right now. I think like none of that is too relevant. I would well, if we stack you, we got to run something. I would stack you just to stack you, and then give me garlic press, and then in the back, guess I would rather have an osprey. Is it gonna work? You're gonna faint summon a groundhog will faint summon a dog. It'll work. It'll work. Now you might as well go first now because you're not getting. I don't think you're gonna get the strawberry buff anyway, which sucks. But the garlic probably outweighs the price of that now. I think. I don't know. I don't know. It's the scariest team I've ever come across. We just lost to a scaling team, and now I'm very scared. I mean, we didn't just lose to a scaling team. We got pretty trounced there. Now, is it time to start constructing our own scaling team, or is it too late? It's turn 9. I definitely don't think it's too late to toss one of these out here and then try to get more strawberries. Would have, of course, been nice to... I gotta think about this one. Let's run this for now, and maybe we can fit a tiger on the squad. I don't think we care about the lemur getting... Although the garlic is... The garlic's probably starting to fall off. I think we could do better. I think we can acknowledge what it's done for us up to this point and get ready to get rid of it. A tiger behind a hummingbird might give us enough to get over the hump in the short term, and we may not need to think about the long term that much. If we need to think about the long term, we need strawberries on everybody, which means you probably already know how this goes. We end up good team. We end up taking a velociraptor and accidentally screwing ourselves where it seemed impossible to do so. So I think you're gone. You're here. Now you could double up on the skunk, but maybe that's something for later. You could also hard pivot like almost the entire squad to like a turkey setup. 2 turkeys is pretty nice. And then you could go like spawning units. Okay. This is risky. No doubt about it. You get more health than attack. So we could, in theory, take a swordfish, but it's a little much. Spawners. But strawberry is also nice. I think there's no doubt that we're going to keep the... Well, at this point, we're pretty much stuck keeping a turkey, so we might as well buff it. Chocolate would be nice. You're not really a spawner. You're not bad, but you're not a spawner. A fire ant that gets buffed by a level 2 turkey... I'm not going to say it's just crazy enough to work, because I don't know if that's true. The luxury of having a great early game, though, and not losing very much until now, is that if we have to pivot, it's okay. And this is going to stink a little bit, but we really should be running spawning units now that I think about it. I'm trying to, like, fly will show up. Fly is just a given if we get it. Maybe we say no to the fire ants and we go, you know, level your turkey. An early octopus with a tiger behind it, you know, is not going to be the most novel team you've ever seen in your life, but maybe that doesn't matter. It's really hard to get rid of a moth to put out another shoe build just to buff a turkey. It's really hard to get rid of any of these units to do that. I would almost take my level just to get a tier 6. And then you're thinking maybe like... But I'd have to sell a tiger to make it happen. It's a tough decision. Let's just leave it at that. Because I was thinking coconut armor on an octopus would go really nice. Because it would get to do its effect at least 2 times, but... It's doing its effect twice, as is anyway, because it lived through that first attack. Please. Oh, you piece of junk. We're on lethal, okay. I mean, we could have gone Sabertooth with the turkey, but, I mean, it's just maybe my 2 cents. Octopus is, like, more fun. I think we bail out of the scaling, and it's painful to do that, but we need to win, like, right now. Which means we need to fly here, and I don't think we double the effect of the fly. If anything, we'd like to double the effect of the turkey, but moving the turkey up a position is not, like, that advisable, I think. And I've been wrong before. It's been suggested. I would at least like our tiger not to get sniped immediately. So I think that this hard counters equipment-based teams. Now, is this an equipment-based team? It seems to be, but then on top of that, it also just seems to have better stats than me. So that's a real issue for me. That's a tough one for me to wrap my head around. All right, well, I don't know if I've ever had a team fall off as hard as that one fell off, but look on the bright side, at least we got 6 wins in the early game, so it wasn't a complete disaster when it all fell apart. But you got to admit, just more interesting to run this team. You got to admit, as we play as the clumsy astronauts, you don't want to be a clumsy astronaut. If you slip off the moon, you ain't coming back. The Earth is always going to be there for you. The moon, we don't know so much. We're still discovering the secrets of it. Maybe the core is made of LK-99, the new theorized superconductor from the University of Yonsei. I don't know. Who's getting buffed here, man? I guess the moth yet again. I mean, we got to win. I'm not complaining. It's just like it's got a higher cognitive overhead cost to run this team right now. So I guess my brain is complaining. Don't shoot me. Don't shoot me. Because then I got to shoot you, man. And you see, I don't like doing that. Like, look at this. Now I hit you, and the trumpets don't do anything, and you summon a 1-1 dog, and I get 2 wins early, which means I'm in winner's bracket, and now I got to play against Point Dexters from Ohio. It's potentially disastrous, man. Elephant is probably the way, but I just feel like guinea fowl is like more fun. So I'm contemplating doing something insane. Watch this. Sell me, buy me, and then we hope that the guinea fowl gets the buff from the hummingbird. Even if it doesn't, it could get the buff from the kiwi. If that doesn't, oh, thank you so much, then I would, I mean, it was not a huge deal, but I would complain. I would make my complaints known. So far, so good, though. Look at that. Running 4 squatted, feeling good. Now I would take an elephant for sure if you would be so kind. Honestly, I would take a ferret just because it feels like we're pushing right now, and give me a balloon to buff a guinea fowl. That's a bit of a rare one for me these days, but let's give it a chance. You buffed the right unit. I appreciate that. Now we got 2 chances to buff the right unit. Why don't you take a cherry as a just in case me? And we got a hummingbird leveling up. I don't really care for a ferret leveling up, but the hummingbird, sure, because it's only a 3 cost. Holy cow, we got 2 triggers out of it. But then look at this moth. Brother, what am I supposed to do about this moth, man? Well, that's what's supposed to happen, I guess. I mean, still, I'm feeling pretty solid. Feeling pretty good. Sure. I mean, a pelican seems like almost the perfect addition to the squad right now. And call me crazy. I feel like you sell you forget about ever leveling the moth unless it gets this pelican pickup. You run like a blobfish position 2 so it doesn't steal the benefit of the balloon, no matter how meager it might be. We really want that to go to the guinea fowl. And who got buffed there? I didn't see who got buffed there. Either way, now we can pill a blobfish and try to get... Originally, I was going to say try to get the guinea fowl like leveling as fast as possible, but maybe what we're actually looking for... This is a heck of a squad, man. Levi the lion, come on. He stole my whole flow! Maybe we actually want the cassowary to level faster. So you're a strawberry friend. It almost feels like that means... Well, you know what? That means you should be sold and you should stay for now. Give me a cassowary. Get that cassowary popping as soon as possible, please. I would take a salad. Not the ideal units for it, as you may have guessed. We don't benefit too much from a pug. Oh! I know we took it a little early, but... And then I think that a tar can be great value for you early. Now, you're going to have to buff the guinea fowl. That's fine. You're going to be scaling 2/2 per turn, which is going to turn you into a monster. Don't weaken me. You don't even know who I am. We just met. You got the audacity to give me a little bacterium icon? All right, we're back in the saddle again. Spelunky 233. Me when I'm on the phone with someone in customer service and I say S as in Spelunky. Okay, here's what we're going to do. Give me something like that. And then... Well, you only spit it out one backwards for now. So this is perfect. Does anybody need a lollipop? I would suggest the answer to that question is no. A cassowary. You shouldn't have. Hummingbird gives 4/2. I'm almost of the opinion... If we could get like a second... maybe we should just wait. Feel like every time I'm like, I'm finally cooking, that's when I go from like... When I play with common sense, I tend to do okay. Then I'm like, hey, check this out. And that's where it all falls apart in, you know, uproarious fashion. Which might be what you're here for. But I'm here to win, believe it or not. It might not seem like that every time, but it's the honest to goodness truth. I will sell you at some point, but it's not yet. I always look at the chameleon when it shows up, but it's not the right kind of run for that right now. It's also not very nice to just like roll endlessly, but I think we could at least like sell the hummingbird, take a puppy, and take like we'll get the scaling from a lasagna. I think we want chocolate next round, if possible. That's why I'm not freezing a food. And honestly, like, we needed, what's the name of that bird? You know, the weird one? I'm getting old. We mention it all the time. This is where you say you know the name, and I'm like, duh, I know the name, but I can't conjure it right now. And then you say dementia, and I say, don't joke about that! What's that lad? Shoebill. See, I got there. This took me an extra second or so. We needed shoebill yesterday. Where's my shoebills? Instead, I'm buying salads. I'm like, I would never buy a pear. Give me a salad instead. Make it make sense. Here's the thing. You're a 2/2 buff. You're a 6/6 buff when you pop, so I'd unfreeze you. And a shoebill, you shouldn't have. Now we wish to see as many strawberries as possible. You should get sold. What am I thinking? You stay here. No strawberries, huh? I don't really think we want a level 2 tar. I appreciate what it could do, but I think that the tar, having not leveled up early, is not going to stick around too much longer. But the shoebill, I mean, it's a bit of a head empty way to play the game, but I'm a bit of a head empty guy sometimes, so that's what we're gonna run with. That was a strong team. We got a win against a team that I'm not going to say we shouldn't get a win against, but we probably won't get a win against them in a bit. So you're scaling 2/2. You're scaling 3/3. So you, if anything, should get the lasagna. and we need more strawberries. So you're probably gone. You're out here. In this case, we'll run flashlight and we'll move you over because you getting the stats from the break is probably better. And then we want more scaling, which the best form of it is the shoe bill. I wouldn't be opposed, I guess, to the guinea fowl hitting level 2 and generating twice as many trumpets. I have like fake PTSD now about getting to 6 wins. On 6, I'm like, okay, here we go. Here we go. It's the beginning of the end. But it's not the beginning of the end yet. It may well be the beginning of the end eventually, but not yet. We will not be frickin' sucked this year. Now, hang on. Stingray goes. Puma comes out because it'll give us double the flashlight effect when it breaks. Genius is a strong word, but I guess Death Touch would be a pretty good get. Well, I have not been paying attention to the potential existence of strawberries. A strawberry! Thank you so much. And maybe one of these. And then who would we be buffing with the strawberry? We'd have to take your melon away? I don't really want to buff a Puma. I don't know. We'll figure it out. It'd be better if we didn't have to figure it out. It'd be better if we just got to 10, like, immediately. But it's not always a guarantee. It's not ever a guarantee, but it's the Seagull 1-up strategy. How devious. But I think we got there before it really got a chance to truly pop. I see what you're doing here. Big Seagull with a 1-up on it, with spawns that then get a 1-up, and the bear is just doing the sniping damage in the background. Very interesting, very interesting. Okay, check this out. I'm going weirdo mode. Mongoose in the Death Touch. You get the Death Touch. You also potentially receive the strawberry buff. We're going to start scaling you. I immediately want to sell you and just send out a second shoe bill instead. We'll have to wait 1 round for that. By the way, you might be wondering, NL, when did you start stroking your chin like that? I don't know. It just feels good right now. Wish I had a better reasoning for you, but it just feels nice. It just feels like I'm thinking, you know? Oh, coconut armor. Double coconut armor and a bear? This squad is nasty like a Janet Jackson song. Not my favorite Janet Jackson song, but a Janet Jackson song of some merit nonetheless. My favorite? Listen, I'm sorry to do this. It was not. We should have just... Listen, run you with the Death Touch. I know it's getting rid of your melon. It's every day, bro. It's every time I take a Velociraptor, I'm like, let's blow this whole thing up. My favorite Janet Jackson song, I mean, we're talking almost exclusively about an artist that I'm familiar with via Emma Lovewell 90s rides and pop music rides. I'd have to say Together Again. Everywhere I go, every smile I see, I can see you there, smiling back at me. It's not my favorite song of all time, but I think there's a lot to like. We're on 9 wins. Give me chocolate. Me when I'm doing an impression of Baby Metal? Okay. Well, we don't... Listen, at some point, maybe we just put a strawberry on the cassowary, which would give us the effect of getting 2 coconut armors. Coconut does beat melon. Hang on. We're so freaking lucky. We still got so many... We're going to get to 10. Oh, my God, we're going to get to 10. It's a beautiful day. Don't let it get away. We've even got a 1616 dog coming out. I thought their name was Wonka Chair. Quiet up and sit down. Scratch that. Reverse it. Okay, we're so back. I got the 10. I've shaken off the yips. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. See ya!